After over 2 years of waiting, the first playable demo for Manor Lords has been released on Steam. I first highlighted this video over 2 years ago now, and it's something I've been so excited to play. So this is a real treat for me to be able to sit down with you today and really dig into what is going to be made available. If you're not aware, this is a medieval life building simulator set sometime in roughly the 1200s of Central Europe. And though it does have some combat in it, that is not available in the demo. Not only that, there's actually no saving in this demo. So you're going to build up an economy, and once you close it, it's gone. Because again, this is just sort of a test. They want to give you a feel for how it's going to play. Now, generally, from what I've heard, it's absolutely gorgeous. It uses Unreal Engine, and we're going to get into that in a second. But I just wanted, before we go in, point out, we got some Bayeux Tapestry up on the wall. If I ever see the Bayeux Tapestry in a game, I stop to point it out because it's an absolutely lovely artifact from history that so few people know about. All right, so let's jump right in. I've waited long enough. I've been waiting years for this, and I want to see what this plays like. All right, so obviously we're going to have different modes once the final game launches, and this is Rise to Prosperity. You're the first lord to settle these lands, start from nothing, and build a prosperous medieval city. Ooh, that man has a mustache. That is all I need to know. And since apparently I can customize my own, I might as well make my family crest, which I happen to know what it looks like. So that is useful for me. White on black with 3 gold bezants, which I don't think I can change the bezants. They should go right there, but see you, lovey. All right. Starting to apply, standard. Yep, let's let the game do what it does. Thank you so much for joining in today. Thanks to you guys, the video that talked about the everyone's most excited upcoming strategy games for 2021 had nearly 250,000 views. So this is definitely something you guys were also excited about. Okay, got a new message at the top. Go up and click it, and it says, "There's a fire at the heart of every settlement, a bastion of safety, warmth, and light against the darkness of the world. On this cold spring morning, your men blew on their fingertips, their breath clouding in the air, but there's plenty of work to warm them. As the toil begins, you can almost imagine you hear the ring of anvils, the tolling of bells, the cries of the marketplace. Possibilities. In the distance, fog lingers in the hollows of the land, and the world is quiet, watchful, and waiting for you to choose which of these to make real." Basically, which of these things you're going to build first, because we need to build all of them. Granary, a logging camp, hunting camp, and a storehouse. So, as I said previously, I think this game is made in Unreal Engine, and you can definitely see it in the grass and the lay of the land. Let's see, zoom out here for those distant mountains everyone's been walking out to. Absolutely gorgeous. Man alive, this really is pretty. But yeah, this is sort of a peasant life simulator. It sounds weird to say that. We've seen that in things like Medieval Dynasty, even Kingdom Comes Deliverance to a certain degree. So it's kind of interesting to see this here. Okay, Indris, unassigned, and they're waiting on things to do. The stocks are exposed to the weather and can be destroyed. Build a storehouse to avoid damage. Food has to be moved to greener, else it'll be damaged by the weather. Okay, so how do I build things? Add or remove roads, construction. Logging camp, woodcutter lodge, forester hut, hunting camp, berries. Okay, yep, their storage has got a fun little storage icon, makes it easy. Costs 2 wood. How much wood do I have? I have 8 timber. So let's start. Uses hand carts to supply. Okay, place the building with left click, hold left click to rotate, right click to cancel. So one of the coolest things about this game is it uses organic placement. So if I place this here, in the future, the settlement, unassigned peasants automatically work on things. Good. That could have been a pain in the butt. Did that cancel it out right? No, storehouse under construction. That's good. So as the town builds, it'll organically create walls. The more used roads will become more deeply rutted. They'll become wider. And that whole idea is just sort of the simulation of life of the medieval era. And I am using WASD to sort of move around right here. You can hear it. We got fertility. You got it mounted underground water we can look at. Smell. While there were many things that bothered the medieval person, smell is not really one of them. Now, they did care about smell, but saying smell is a bit silly to me. I mean, like, if you have an open latrine right there, yeah, people be annoyed, but I mean, that's still, even of itself, surprisingly common. So, I'm not sure about smell. All right. So I want to build a... Nickel is going somewhere. Is Nickel going into the bushes to relieve himself? I'm curious what going somewhere means. Like, that is extremely...
Tomorrow, find a new home or town.
Oh, he's homeless. Yeah, I'll do it. Got some trees have been cut down. I imagine we'll get some gradual deforestation. Oh yeah, I forgot about the construction in this game. It actually builds them piece by piece. And most of this is based on real medieval documents. My understanding is he really went through some archaeological surveys and did his best doing through living construction groups to create as much as he could. Like I said, that, late 1200s, 1300 look. And you can see from the Leary pipe hats there, it's such specific to the period. Okay. Oh man, that's so fun. You can literally see how it's going together. I got the slats going across for the roof eventually, and they'll lay straw across that. I should probably do something other than... Oh man, the ox is dragging a log. That is fun. Bart Holmes. Bart Holmes, the ox. I'm gonna look around at Bart Holmes, the ox, for a second. Good job, Bart Holmes. I like the faces on the peasants. Look at that. It's like real people. I wonder if you use the... they made a tool inside Epic where you can generate faces automatically so you don't have to run into copyright stuff. I wonder if he's used that for this game, so each face sort of has its own unique look to it. Oh, look at that pole barn going up. It's funny because you look at it, it's not that different how we make barns today. There'd be either nails here, they'd be lashed with rope or sinew, possibly leather to hold them together, but normally just really thick nails. It all just kind of goes together. They're trying to find pieces of wood that are already roughly in the shape, almost like building a boat. I should really be doing something else while this is going on. Let's see, what does this say? Exposed storage, exposed food. We need a granary, and I'm building a storehouse. Okay, granary. Construct, storage, granary. Alrighty, put it across from where our fields will eventually go. It's like fields will probably go up here or possibly in this cleared space right here. So let's put it right there in that little spot. Ooh, does it suggest it goes there? That's interesting. There's something else already going there. What is this? Storehouse under construction. No, we don't want that. How do I cancel? Demolish that. Yeah, we already have a storehouse here. We don't need two storehouses. That was just silly. I'm guessing I did that. Okay, sorry about that, bud. Since you're already here, though, just saying, why don't you build that? Just maybe. All right. Now select this building to add or remove workers. Got it. Cool. Here's my storehouse, and I can put a worker that's connected to our road network, which we saw. You can see the path coming off of it. It means it's connected. Add a worker. Great. Cool. So now when they make stuff, it will come here. What is this? Homeless families. Build cottages, provide shelter. Okay, we don't have any crops. We have some food, though, so that's good. We got 19 bread, a little bit of fuel. So fuel and timber are two different things, which makes sense in the medieval mind. So there's some fuel and timber, and this is something at least based on English sort of forestry law, is timber is the main branches. Fuel is anything that has fallen onto the ground. So a lot of townspeople had the right to go and pick branches up off the ground, but you didn't have a right to fell the tree. So the difference sort of between timber versus fall. They would also call it lumber versus bracken or something like that. Huh, that is a pole barn. Yep. Little nice grass roof right there. So, yeah. So that thatch roof right there, even though you'd think it'd be really super flammable, and it is, really easy to catch on fire, because it's so densely packed, it smolders for a lot longer than you would think before it actually burns. So while it is easy to catch on fire, it's harder than you think it would be. Yeah, the things you pick up while doing medieval history. By the way, my name's Cody Bonds. Hi there. Nice to meet you guys. I have a bachelor's in archaeology and a master's in archaeology for screen media from the University of Bristol. It was actually created by the guys who made Time Team, if you guys ever have seen that show. Pretty fun. But so it's kind of poking around, looking at all this. My particular dissertation was in depictions of early medieval combat on film and media. So I'm curious to see what the final version of combat will look like in this game. But for right now, having a medieval peasant toil simulator is pretty fun. All right, so yeah, these you guys' supplies already hanging out right here. So that's what this is there for, is to kind of give me that leg up as we start to play the game. Because if we don't have that, everything's going to be much worse. So this is a granary. We're going to dump all the grain for storage. wonder if we have issues with like mice or stuff like that as the game goes on. I wonder if like, I mean, theoretically, all this will help. I mean, I wonder if, I mean, hopefully I'll find out, you know, will their families come out here? Do they have kids? I mean, all that should happen. Okay, but in the meantime, let's build a lumber camp because clearly we're going to need a lot more wood as this goes on. Don't want to do mining yet. Logging camp. Fell trees. Yeah, so we want to connect it to the road. Put it pretty near where everything else is, but not too close. All right, there we go. Right click cancels, left click places. You'll notice it connects to that road network. Very nice snap, very intuitive so far. Hit tab. Tab does nothing. We're currently in March. Ooh, oh no, we have seasons. This could get really bad. Frequent rain in spring, berry deposits will regrow. Plowing for quick summer harvest is possible. Oh, that music's lovely. I just had a chance to stop and listen to it. Like great big kind of orchestral swell. Lots of strings. Logging. Woodcutter's lodge. Chop site nearby trees. Logging camp. Fell nearby trees to produce wood. Chop nearby trees to produce firewood. So those are two different things which require two different places. Forester's hut. They can plant new trees in case we completely deforest everything. Yeah, conservation of wood. Already happening at least by the year 1000, we know for sure. So they would actually have different ways of cutting different trees. So they'd be cut close to the ground so they sprout up as multiple straight poles. They would specifically shape them. It's very much tender love and care. When people think about things like the elves in Lord of the Rings, how they sort of shape the trees to grow certain ways. Yeah, that was already happening during the Middle Ages because it was such a valuable resource that it wouldn't just be left to grow wild. You know, you needed a good straight long tree, so they'd constantly be going in, tending that forest and, you know, chopping the branches and getting everything doing just the way they wanted it to. Forager hut gathers berries from a nearby berry deposit. How can I find wild animals? Stone. I was wondering if I just zoomed out, would it show me? And it does, so that's nice. So this is my territory right here. Nearby territories, these are berries. We have no berries in our area, but we do have wild animals. Okay, hello. The town of Lohendorf. Yes, hello Lohendorf. Conquest is locked in the demo, so I think we're stuck right here. In the town of Lohendorf. Wild animals again. Wild animals. I guess we can just hunt wild animals. Hunt wild animals, or possibly probably put in a field or something. Is that a thing I can do? Put in a field. Remove roads. Come on, construct. Farming. Makes wheat, flax, and barley. Communal oven. Windmill to grind flour. Man, they're going to make you do it all right here. Okay, I'm going to start off with some hunting, just because meat is always useful. Whoa, look at all those deer. Sorry. Uprooted trees 7. Does this have to be attached to a road still? Yeah, I wonder if this is a case where I'm just going to put it right there. I wonder how far they'll kind of wander. Like, do I need to run a road back up into the woods there? Or do you think they'll figure it out? I mean, early trappers and settlers. We're not quite to the settled farming yet. We're definitely in hunting and gathering mode still. And it's funny, you know, these early cities put down like this. I mean, clearly that is what they would have to do. You know, it'd take a year or two to kind of get everything set up, which is what we're doing. Connected to the road network, granary, good. Generic storage, looking good. My forestry camp is under construction, and I'll walk up and look at the deer. I want to look at the deer. Oh man, yeah. It's so funny. You call these deer in Europe. These are something closer to small elk in North America. And you can see from the look of them right there. These are massive animals. What are these, red deer? Probably red deer. I don't know. Does it say? It should say. No told to. That's all right. Okay. Establish a foothold. Granary, logging camp, hunting camp, storehouse. Oh, wait. I guess I probably should have looked at that. It would have told me I'd done the right thing. Logging camp. So that's building next. It's funny. Like, the thing is, I just intuitively was like, I should build blank is exactly what I should build. So, yeah. Cool, man. Conquest mode is launched. When you get enough influence, claims can be refuted, or a war is claimed. Presence in the enemy army. Cool. So that's not in this demo, obviously, but it is something that is going to be in the final release. Okay, you guys are kind of puttering around. I'm going to fast forward a little here, because I bet you boys can knock that together pretty quick. Logging camp. Guess that's where they sleep or something, maybe? Possibly that's for where the wood would be laid up to season. You know, think about the fact that you can't just immediately cut and use wood, but it has to dry out. Seasoning the wood, as it were. And here's my hunting camp coming up. Nice. A hunting camp. Definitely want to assign a hunter to the hunting camp. Alright, your supplies are dry and secure, and the first stage of work is done. The stories your people tell around the fire are the many dangers in the world, from beasts to blights. Strange tales about foxes who go on pilgrimages. Oh, Reynald. That's fun. Or small creatures who spin gold from sunset to sunrise. They tell the stories to put common names to their fears. Soon they'll teach these stories to their own children. It's time to bring the wives and the children to the settlement. Then they can take shelter in proper homes. For your lands to prosper and grow, you're not only workers, but families. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Need a well, need some burgage plots. So you got 5 guys, need 5 burgage plots. And yeah, that makes perfect sense to me. All right, can't have right now it's just a manly outpost. It's not really a town yet. Towns require other people other than dudes. Okay. Let's see. Oh, so I said Reynald right there. So Reynald's a really fun little medieval character that's sort of fallen completely out of favor. So it was like a trickster fox character that would go on these adventures, like a fox knight. And so he would go around and combat wolves, almost like an Aesop fables, but a fox in human clothing. And the movie Robin Hood from Disney back in the 1970s actually started life as a Reynald movie, a medieval Reynald. He's based on these medieval illuminated manuscripts. Where's the well? Well. Based on these medieval illuminated manuscripts, and the guy was like, oh yeah, this trickster fox, he's going to go over top of all these people, really show them what for and all that. And ended up, they're like, yeah, man, that's not marketable. Ooh, here's a water vein. Okay. Oh, dude, there's underground water, so you have to put it in a place where that is usable. Okay, so all this is up here. I feel like our burgage plots would go well right there, and we don't want to disturb the deer. So this would also be pretty good irrigated fields. Don't really want to put your water downhill from the rest of your town. I'm not sure if this game will be that picky about it, frankly, but it possibly could be. So I don't want to assume. Put on the other side of the hunting camp. You don't want awful getting in the water. Boom. Cool. Right. Yeah, but they basically said Reynald the fox is not exactly marketable. They're like, no one's ever heard of this dude. He's sort of the worst in a way, because if you're from the southeastern United States, you may be aware of the tales of Brer Rabbit. And Brer Rabbit is very much in that same sort of vein of like that trickster. And so the Walt Disney Company was like, cool, yeah, we're going to turn this into like just Robin Hood. Everybody knows Robin Hood. Everybody loves Robin Hood. And the guy that made it was not pleased. All right, provides space for one family. When upgraded, grants a development point extra living space. Requires 2 of our timber. Did I not assign anyone to be logging timber? I did not. All right, cool. So, can't really do that if we don't have timber. So we gotta let that one go for a minute. How many available people do we have? Livestock, public order, approval. Everybody's homeless still. Probably not happy about that. Assigned families 3, unassigned families 3. Okay, so I need some timber, man.
We need more men at the camp.
I wonder if there's like a how many peasants do you have free button. Feels like there should be somewhere. Ah, there we go. Something just fell down. That's a good sign. All right, timber. I feel like I'm doing something wrong here. No, I say that. I mean, this is all the game told me to build so far, so they probably pretty good tutorial, honestly, so far for being a demo. Like, it's definitely, they stopped to polish this up a little bit because they knew that this is something that people were very interested in. I think this can be relocated. Just push it back further into the trees if necessary. I've heard oxes like this guy are tremendously useful, but you need to build an animal trader to get more of them. You know, they're dragging and logging everything around, dragging it around. So definitely need to do some more of that if possible. All right, got a well now. That's good. Nickel. Wells under construction. Did I do the thing where I did 2 wells again? Sorry. Yeah, we're not going to work on that, guys. Okay, we got a log back. That's good. I keep doing that accidentally. Gotta be careful about that because I'm right-clicking, but I guess it's registering that as 2. Or possibly I'm doing something wrong. It is a demo after all, and a demo made by one guy, and then he hires some artists on occasionally to help him out. And the work, though, is quite nice. These wooden slat shingles, man. Oh, do you ever go to like these farmsteads? This is used even into the 1800s here in the United States because it's just so cheap and straightforward. These are just wooden slat shingles. God, I mean, I've been to a house like this. I can smell the dust in here. Tiny ass little window because you got to block that crap up in the winter. So you want to make them too big. Sometimes they'd actually use pieces of horn, like ox horn, to have a permanent slot right there. Any kind of thing to cover it, but also allow some light through. Glazed glass was not very common still until much later in the Middle Ages. We think about these great big cathedrals. One of the reasons they're so impressive is because of all the glass up on the sides there. Now red, like what this guy's is wearing, actually pretty hard to get. This is like a good crimson scarlet. To get something that bright, especially that color, they'd have to take the cloth that he's wearing, bleach it first, and then dye it. And that bleach is typically made from urine, things like that. Early morning urine of man. The early morning urine is the best. It's got the most uric acid. Kid you not. But that color red is quite vibrant and difficult to get. Now this is going to be much closer to a natural color from the period and much more common in a way. Right. It's also kind of funny when you look at a video game, just to point this out, like this guy looks to be mid-30s, right? Let's go find the other guy. I think he was also like mid-30s looking. Yep, mid-30s. Everyone I've seen so far looks like in their mid-30s. Because when people design a game, you don't think about the ages of people initially. You just sort of design what you see around you. So the guy himself that's making this game, probably mid-30s, looks about like that, maybe a goatee, because in the medieval era, most of your people are going to be younger because of death and things like that. So you're going to have a lot of kids. I think that I read studies that something like half of the population of the medieval world would have been under 16 any given time. So you don't think about the number of small people will be walking around when you have really high infant mortality, really high mortality from. I always hated that haircut. Ugh, that bowl cut, which somehow came back in style in the 90s. When people die young, you have a much younger world, and also goes to explain why you have a lot of really bad decision making happening in a lot of the courts of Europe, with kings and queens and stuff like that. Everybody's young and dumb and inexperienced and hot-headed. All right, man. All right, we got 3 logs. Cool. Let's build a house. A burgage plot. Technically, we're building a plot of land that people will then settle and build stuff with. All right, flexible points. Some buildings have flexible borders. Place 4 points to designate an area. The cursor will snap to roads and other plots. Try and create an organic shape. Leave the space for future extension upgrades. First, mark 2 points. Front of the house by default. Okay. So, boop. Okay, so it looks like we can... There's like a, basic. You can see where it's sort of stepping right there to let us know, sort of. No. Let's do it right here. Boop. There you go, man. That is a house. Cool. So it actually sets out the plot, and the plot will be a house, and they should have a back area. And you can still see this design layout in a lot of English households specifically, where they have that back area that was used for construction, and you name it, man. There's so much stuff that's used back there because it's sort of that space that's specifically for that house. That's where you get the things like the cottage industry that came up in the late medieval era, where each individual house sort of became its own little workshop. Okay, we got 1 timber. What do we got? What else can we make? Let's make something fun. A market area. Make stalls. Got a well already. Firewood stalls. Tavern. Yes. But it lowers public order. I would disagree on that one. I'm kind of curious that it lowers public order instead of raising it. I mean, a bunch of drunken happy people are happy people. Even the Bible says, eat, drink, and be merry. Not eat, drink, and complain about things, which is probably more accurate, really. Access to faith is a resource. Wonder what that's spent on. Hopefully not burning witches. Logging camp, woodcutter camp, forester hut. We don't need to review that yet. How are we doing as far as meat goes? This provides meat and pelts and one wild animal carcass, which does not appear to have an icon yet. Curious. All right. And okay. So what do we do with meat? What can meat be used for? Probably need a kitchen or something, maybe? Granary, storehouse, hitching post, yep. I mean, I suppose they can just take a steak and shove it in their mouth. I mean, not exactly eloquent, but... pasture land, yeah. Wool, such an important industry. So important to the wealth of England. Work in progress damage, I like that. It's like, look, I don't have one yet, but it's coming. Just chill, it's going to be there. Bloomeries, so this is where they smelt down iron and things like that. Tanneries for pelts, turn into leather. Weaver workshop, malt, barley, iron slabs, fuel. Trading post, livestock trading post. So this is where you get ox for silver, which we don't have. Administrative and military, which are all pretty much locked right now, but will obviously become much more important in the late game. Goodness, you really will need to save this game. Like, this is something that to play through a campaign of this would take several hours, I guess, just because there's so much happening here and so many little things that have to be built and moved and all the pieces. It reminds me a lot of the Settlers game series from Ubisoft back in the day, but like a more realistic version of that. It sounds funny to say realistic, but you can sort of smell the wood smoke. You can feel the toil happening. It's not cartoony. It's meant to be like, hey, sort of a picture of what looking down at that life would look like. I'm really curious how the interaction with the different settlements are like. Oh, look at that valley, that mist-filled valley. I was about to say, I bet that is good farmland. I wonder if there's flooding issues in this game. God, man, that'd be great to plant down there. Let me see if I can check the fertility. Oh, curiously, he says no. I guess it's too waterlogged. That's what the idea right here being. Because it's right on that bottom level versus this, which is up on the high ground. So rye grows pretty much everywhere. Barley is a little more picky. Flax is very picky. And Immer. Interesting. Sure, it's based on something. I don't know anything about growing flax and barley. I'll be perfectly honest. Like, I'm aware of field rotation and things like that, but it's not quite the same thing. All right, let's hit play because I got to build some houses, man. Peasants are coming to your village. This is great, but watch out for your supplies. Hungry and cold peasants can rebel. Supplies. Each person sends 1 unit of food per month throughout the whole year, 1 unit of fuel in the winter. Food 6 months, fuel 17 months. So I don't have enough food right now. Okay, I feel like I need to start doing fields or something. I feel like I've messed something up. I don't think I have enough people to do fields. Let's stick with what it has. It's clearly on to something right here. Like, it knows what it's on about. So let's not second guess what's happening. All right, there we go. There's this one. I love this. This is so gorgeous. Like, the way it just like pieces together. It's immensely satisfying. It's so, and I realize that's such a silly thing to be excited about, but like organic placement of things where it's like, oh yes, people might actually have done this. Like, I've spent so much time doing map regressions for medieval studies, and you can always sort of see the way it follows the natural curvature of previous roads and things like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I gotta have a 5th house as well. And so, seeing it here where it does the same thing is really satisfying. And that's sort of just natural. Just it sort of went together, It's like, oh yeah, well, we put it here because, we didn't really want to knock over that oak tree because, Dan really likes to sit under the oak tree. It's so pretty. And so, you know, we didn't want to knock that over when we built the house, so we built the house next to it, and then followed the curve, and then, you know, Bob built next to Dan, and then, you know, suddenly you have a town, and it has these wonky layouts to it. You know, grid cities didn't come about until, geez, what, the late 1700s, early 1800s? You know, even Paris was pretty crazy until the riots of the 1800s just sort of knocked it all down. They're like, yep, nope, grid pattern, forget this. You know, a lot of people would take the opportunity to go back and do this. You know, the Greeks, of course, experimented with any kind of planned city is much more on a grid, but the ones that would grow organically are always crazy looking. I'd argue a little more attractive. All right, 7 supplies. See, that's called food. Okay, meat counts as food. Good. All right, it's just labeled with a bread marker, which is throwing me off right there. But it looks like we're doing pretty good as far as food goes. So, nope. I'm gonna press escape there. All right, we're doing good, man. Okay, and is our larder full or something? I need to build another bit of what's this? Build a town square or water vein to provide water to the region. Build a town square on a water vein to provide water to a region. Okay, all right, gotcha. Build a town square. Well, Burgage plot, how do I... Okay, through the road network. Yeah, it's not a town square. Roads. You can build a road. Some workers can use hand carts. Oh, yes, hand carts. That's good technology right there. All right, construction. Well, market area? They didn't say market area. They said town square. Town square, firewood stall, tavern, church, hitching post. This is a mine. Gathering. Trading posts. Smithy, bloomery, farming. By the way, if you guys have any questions about the game or anything that you're liking that you're seeing on the screen, make sure to comment below, man. I'm curious what you guys think about this. Like, to me, it's extremely peaceful, which is what I'm looking for in a medieval life simulator. Like, everything should feel like it's moving at a slightly slower pace. If it's not too slow, I mean, there's still obviously a lot of stuff happening here. Oh, we can follow individual people. Well, that's fun. Zoom back in, watch him carry his bucket of water. Hi there. Go into your house, huh? Like your house, got little lean-tos right here. Oh man, the houses are unique. That is so cool. It's such a basic little thing, but it eats up so much development time to do something like that, to have different styles of houses for each one. Homeless families, yes, exposed food. Food has to be moved to a granary, or else it could be damaged. Okay, I think there are supplies, just like our existing supplies. Okay, homeless, no water access, marketplace, not enough food variety. Marketplace, no fuel available. Okay, I think build a town square on a water vein to improve your water. Okay, town square. Town square, town square, town square. Town square, where do I do a town square? Let's see. Granary, storehouse, hitching post, village life. Here's a burgage plot. Well, must be built over a water vein. Yep, we did that. Market area. Within the area and provide citizens access to local goods. I wonder if that's what that means and they're using the wrong word there. You know what I mean? We'll see pretty shortly, I guess. Tavern, church, yeah. Because, like, it says certain things can be upgraded, right? So that's demolish, disable, connected to road, storage, water access for burgage plot, must be built over a water vein. It was. Actually, was it? Did I build that over top of a water vein like I was supposed to? Region map. Oh man, I got rid of my things accidentally. Oh no! How do I bring back up the thing to see our different layers? Uh-oh. Let's see. Settings. Debug. Oxen stuck. I love this. Like, look. Things got messed up. It's cool. We got you. Does not look like you can... Oh, here we go. Camera. Yep, graphics. Cool. This is what I'm playing at right now, if you guys are curious, by the way. It just sort of auto-defaulted, and it actually works pretty good so far. so far. Key bindings. All right. Settings road, settings construction. Set C. More UI info is tab. I was pressing tab. Looking for overlays, I guess. I'll press tab again, man. I don't know. That sounded weird. Return. Tab. Nope, not tab. How do I bring back up the thing that shows me where water veins is? Camera, jump to town. Pause, speed, settings, road, construction, army, map. Maybe M. I can see M being it. Let's try M. Nope, it's just a regular map. Well, I don't know. Clearly, I was screwing something up here. Hello, Lord. You're just a generic-looking guy with a big bushy beard. I'm gonna walk you around with your flowing cape. That is physics flowing right there. Look at it jiggle. That's nice. Also standing around supervising. Good job. All right, man. All right. I clearly have done something wrong here that I did not intend. RCVMH. Try that, man. One of them's got to be the right thing. C. There it goes. C. There it goes. All right. Water. Underground water. Ah, shit. Did I not put it in the right place? Damn it. Yeah, that's what happened there, is the well was not actually in the right place. So I guess that was the issue. C. Underground water. Right. So it needs to be not right there, because the well wouldn't have been in the water. I feel really dumb. I guess it let me put it there, but the water was slightly over. It's just, live and learn, man. Don't want you guys starving, or I guess, dying of thirst. So let's try that again. Still homeless, no water access, not enough food variety, no fuel available. Okay, so I need to build the thing that gives me fuel. Right, because we're doing this anyway. Construct, and we get some fuel. Gives us firewood. That's you. Hunting camp. Here's some firewood.
Let's get to work.
Okay, cool. Good. Everything's looking good. How is everyone still homeless? I feel like there should be people. We have 5 houses, right? 1, 2, 3. Now we got 4 houses. Yeah, I could see why people would be a little pissed off about that, actually. We got 3 purgage plots. Build a town square on a water vein. Provide access in the region. So, yeah, that's definitely my Paul right there. That was buildings with the highest priority are set for you. It's going to make you super duper priority. Just everybody stop what you're doing. Come build the water. You're gonna die otherwise. Let's be honest here. And hopefully that will go away. Yes, it did. Excellent. I was like, but I built a well. Problem is I'm a moron. I can only imagine the problem of building a well, digging down. Then it's like, no, there's no water here, you muppet. You dug in the wrong place. And, during that era, how do you find where to build the well? That's why, you look for wet spots, obviously, in the ground, like low points in the ground that are wet, implying there's permanent water there, near a river or something like that. But, people make fun of things like dowsing rods today. You see those 2 sticks people walk around with, and where they cross, oh, that must be where the water is. But, hell, it's as good a system as any during this period. You need something to believe in right there that, because otherwise you're about to dig down a hell of a long way for 0 gain. That is a lot of caloric effort to put into something with no reward at the end. So, yeah, they were looking for any help they could get, divine or otherwise. I love that. Look at the framing. You see this timber going off the really thick, heavy frames. Then they're doing the wattle and daub. So this would be little thin branches woven like this, and they smear mud into it, and then like a final coat over top of it. Interesting. You can tell this is near a forest because there's all these big heavy timber beams. Places that don't have regular timber access is going to look a lot more like the wattle and daub because you have to be able to weave the branches, shove in mud. Basically use whatever resources you have available. funny how that affects how houses are made, you know. You have a lot of thatch roofs because, hey, you have a lot of grass near you, things like that, you know. New message. Mongwa! As you walk the perimeter surveying your village with pride, a woman walks past you. She's bent nearly double under a sack. I was not sure where this is going when it said bent. You ask how long she's been walking. She tells you it takes her half a day now to get all the food she needs for her family from the hunters and farmers that surround the village. If only there was a marketplace where you could acquire food, clothing, and firewood, they would be happier and have more time for work. Okay, food stall, fire stall, clothing stall. Okay, cool. I was building a marketplace, I think. Yeah, let's cancel that because I don't think that's going to be great. Let's do our marketplace like boom right over in here, big old market area. Make this because I mean it looks like we can put stalls into it, so we want to make sure to trading post. Nope. Market. I just had it. Market. Well, market area within the area provides citizens access to local goods. All right, defined that somehow apparently. Bacow. What no? Bacow. We got a big market area here. Bacow. Look at that market area, man. That is the kind of market area people can be proud of. I'm going to come over there and sell their sheep and their wares, whatever their wares might be in this particular case. All right, everybody's a little happier now. A couple people are homeless still. Well, it's because we have a lot more people. We need to keep on building houses, is what I just heard. Snap the roads. Yeah. I already defined this previously, so let's just plot too small. Interesting. How do I... Yeah, okay, cool. We got a market area here still going up. Okay, that's cool. Interesting that plot's too small. I feel bad for a couple of the other people here that I kind of bunked their houses. Sorry about that, bud. Plot too small. I feel like it needs to go back further if that's the issue. Let's see. Public order is pretty happy. No water access. Not enough food variety. No fuel available. Right. Well, I'm working on a couple of those. Just gonna say it. Hans. Thank you for helping out there, Hans. Right. I love the moss on the roof because those thatch roofs, obviously, the longer they go, the more like vegetation that slowly starts to grow on them. I actually wonder if they had to go up there and weed their houses occasionally. And to go up on the roof and kind of like knock off the stuff that might be growing, especially next to a tree like that. The amount of like junk that you'd have growing on those things is sort of ridiculous. It's been so thoroughly pleasant so far. My goodness. I am enjoying this tremendously. Alrighty. There you go. Hey there, old woman. Yes. Christina, I see you transporting pelts. With a wonky wagon. Looks like that piston is not centered in the animation. Or the axle isn't centered on the animation. So it's like rotating over itself right there. That's just a slight bug. Which considering, I mean, gone very well so far. Some people reported crashes and whatnot, but I have not run into any. Okay, we're running low on food and fuel. Okay. Let's put 2 people there. And 2 people... there. Okay, cool. Don't know how that's gonna work. I'm gonna start doing some crops and stuff, I guess. Because I don't know what else to do. I think they were saying we need some water. Other people are having problems with water access. I mean, there's not really anything I can do to make that better. No water access. And you don't have water access. It's connected to the road right there. Like, it's because you're too far away? Like, I can't really do anything about that, bro. That's sort of finicky. I don't know about that one. Let's figure that one out. A lot of people assigned, nobody unassigned. How many people are homeless? So tell me how many people are homeless. Homeless, -2 in the past year. Well, they're not homeless now, so whatever. Okay. What does it want me to do down here? Construct a burgage plot level 2. Food stall, firewood stall, clothing stall. Okay, got you. Okay, so I need to build some stalls. Firewood stall? How does this work? At the front of the stall? Food stall. Firewood stall. Clothing stall. Fun. All right. Build a stall. Upgrade our burgage plots. All right. 2. Make a new burgage plot. Place a well and underground water source is required. Okay. Whoa. You better get complicated on me. All right. Burgage plot. Residential, general, people. All right. So these are the people that live there. That's fun. All right. So water, well placed. An underground water source is required. It's got fuel. Number of fuel types available. How do I upgrade a burgage plot? How do you upgrade a burgage plot? Is that a thing? Upgrades. Okay. Minimum settlement level village. Cost 4. Grants a development point. And requires 4 lumber. Okay. Just click it. Nope. Can't click it. Okay. Requirements. Requirements not met to upgrade. Requirements not met. Requirements not met. Requirements not met. Requirements not met. What's going on with you guys? Requirements not being met here, man. Okay, what are we short on here? Water. Nope. Number of food types available at the marketplace is not high enough. Cool. I need to make some bread, is what I just heard there. Farming. And produce crops, wheat, flax, barley. Let's do it, boys. Ooh, pasture. That'd be fun. Okay. Right. So this is a very good space for that, which I already figured it would be. Let's go ahead and just, let's just crank this field up. Turn it all the way. Nope, that was too far. Crank our fields up here, man. Not enough workforce for a field this size. All right, cool. Yeah, gotcha. Should probably. Interesting. I wonder how they're calculating that. So 5. So 5 people. It's roughly. Oh man, I wouldn't even call that an acre. What is it? Half acre maybe? So it's 5 people per half acre maybe. I'm kind of curious. I'm wondering. I'm sure that's based on a real number. Just because if it's 5 people and no oxen, I could definitely see that. But if it was like 1 person should be able to plow that with an oxen. Now, if you don't have an oxen, yeah, I can see that. All right, you guys happier now? No, we still got some people saying you don't have any water access. The hell, folks? Like, there's a well right there, and I'm gonna be honest, that's a pretty stinking good well. It happens to be directly over a piece of water access. I know, I sunk it myself. I'm not sure if you guys in other parts of the world say you sunk the well. That's definitely something we say here. That's because it's like over to the side. Like if I built the houses too far away from the well kind of thing. Make another one like, I don't know. I'm on a lumber anyway, so whatever, good deal.
We need more workers here.
Everybody gets 1, 2, burgage plot, hunters. How are we doing on food? Looking good. Crops. Yep. Man, weren't you guys like firewood stall? All workers are busy or waiting this turn. Interesting. So I guess we got to pull somebody off of something. All right, I'm gonna put 1 less person on fuel, so that we can have 1 other person doing that. We don't want to be fallow. Barley can be pressed into malt, made into ale, made into linen. Wheat can be processed into grain and then consumed as food or processed further. Well, then we're making emmer. Crop rotation brings back lost fertility. Oh, that's great. And they'll use, oh man, they're actually making you use the 4-field system. That is clever. So for those that don't know, man, you actually have to know a little bit of medieval history in this. This is fun. Right, so the 4-field system is called field rotation. So you have 4 fields, right? And because if you grow too much, too frequently in the same area, the dirt loses its resources. That's why actually a lot of people would burn the fields to try and add some nutrients back. So with 4 fields, it's roughly a 4-year rotation. So 1 field lies fallow for each of the 4 years. So, cycle around. By that time, though, the fertility of the field will have come back. And, so you have to do that's when they say rotate crops. The other way, of course, is just to constantly go through the different types of crops. And, hopefully by the time 1, 2, 3, 4, it's hitting into 4 types. But obviously, Immer is so much better here. That's fun. That's fun. Right. And so people are walking back and forth to this marketplace. I kind of thought they would walk over the whole area, not just back to that little corner there. Sort of a weird way of doing it, but whatever. All right, man. To road network. How's our deer population doing? You guys still pretty good, man? 37. Yeah, it's not overhunted. We're doing fine. Got to be a good steward of the land, as it were. This is so deep. There's so much to do here. All right, cool. Are you guys happy now? No, still not happy with the amount of food you guys are getting. I can get that. So that is something, though. So we're in August right now. I think we're actually too late to even harvest the crops anymore. Like to ignore the harvest seeding, harvest immediately. Yeah, that's not going to work. Present yield of 0. Leave crops growing for longer, rotate crops. Like we're planting really late in the year to be getting anything right now. Oh, jeez. Food stall. Add a worker to the food stall. Hopefully that will make it so number of food types available on the marketplace. Requirements. Require for extraction level upgrade will cause a loss of approval if not fulfilled. Requirement not met. So, yeah, we need more food. Let's see if adding a person there does it. Looks like someone should just, stand there, I guess. Man the stall. Peasant family, peasant family, peasant family. He might be homeless. No, at the moment it's homeless. That's good. Food types available in the marketplace. Nope. All right. Food stall. Nope. Okay, man. I need more types of food, and I don't know how to get it. Let's see, because I'm doing food, provides easy access to food for several burgage plots. Great. Tavern, So this is all related to harvesting and farming, though. So we got a field, we can make all this stuff. Use to employ peasants on the field. Okay. As soon as the winter passes, then sow them. The crops harvest in September. Wheat is threshed into grain. Oh, jeez Louise. They are going to make this. Like I said, it is very similar, I think, in structure to, I guess, relocate you. Is that okay? Is the game pretty cool about it? Won't even let me do it, I don't think. All right, so yeah, it's very much like the Settlers. You got to make sure to stay on top of all this stuff. I got used to employ peasants. Wheat is threshed into grain. Okay, come on. So I don't have enough hammers, and I don't have enough logs anymore. Okay. I do not think this is going to be a problem I'm going to be able to solve before winter hits, because I can't upgrade to that because we're missing food. A well-placed underground source is required. Requires charcoal or charcoal or other pocket place. Okay. I mean, that's correct, though. I don't know why it's not detecting the water. Something's... Okay. Alright, do I have someone, don't think anyone's idle right now. I just don't think I have enough people. Like, weirdly. I should have rotated these. It would look a lot prettier. Okay. Set work area. Work area. Set the work area. So this is the work area for this. The granary. Okay. So same thing. Where's its work area? Yeah. Okay. So that might be part of the issue here. Well, it's funny because a lot of this is figuring this stuff out automatically. You know, it doesn't need my help to know to go over there. You know, they seem to be doing a pretty good job of it. Although we have plenty of food. I'm gonna limited work area. Oh, unlimited work area. Okay, yeah, that's good to know. So basically, they just figure it out. Otherwise, better system anyway. Okay, how do we get tools? I got a tool now. That's good. Everybody loves tools, except they're when they're jerks. Nobody likes a tool. The irony: people like tools, but also hate tools. All right. So I think it's just we have no. We're short a log. So if we get that log, then we'll be good. Now we have a log. So now, farm. There it goes. Cow. There we go. We'll automatically plant stuff in the future. 18 people. Water. Well placed underground water sources required. I'm going to plant another well because something's up here. Like something's not right with the well. I don't know what it is. Controls 1. Okay. Now we're going to do a little road. Just rink-a-dink-a-doo. Cow. Right. Right over to the water there, boys. Okay, got a food stall. Okay, the pantry of the food stall is full. Okay, cool. So hopefully people are a little happier with their food now. Like food variety on the marketplace. Good. Okay, so that should be taken care of now. Number of food types available on the marketplace. Quality of drinks in the nearest tavern. Number of food types. Well, they just said it's good. Why is it still not good? I don't. Requirements for this. Requirement met. Requirement not met. Require for next residential upgrade. Require for next residential upgrade. Okay, so food. Okay, I guess we just need to start making like bread or something, man. I don't even know. Okay. Yeah, that one's sort of weird. Threshing priority. Late in the year to be doing any of that. Well, I mean, you guys got food, so I mean, you're gonna survive the winter on meat. So it's not like you're gonna run out of that stuff anytime soon. Yeah, a lot of pelts. I'll turn something, do something with pelts. Turn pelts into things. Trade. Nope, that was not it. I think it was under industry, maybe. Turn pelts into leather. Yep, tannery. Always put these at the edge of town because they stink to high heaven. They used to use dog excrement, among other things, but tanneries were notorious polluters. You do not want to have that near your water source. The smell on those was god-awful. Actually, I'm really curious if the smell will be affected by the tannery, because it should, because like I said, they use dog dew, like rotten animal meat and all that all day. So, I mean, the smell should get really bad over here, theoretically. But they used to have like Tanner's Walk and Tanner's Alley and stuff like that in a lot of places in cities, and they'd have them on the edge of towns. They would run directly into the water, this awful, ugh, just terrible stuff. That is something people complained about the smell of, because it's just like rotting meat and, you know, poop and all that, just constantly sloshing. But they would actually, the butchers and the tanners, that's right, where you get your meat and your food would be pretty near each other, because they would drive the cattle into town, and then they would slaughter them, and then they would take the you know, the pelts out the back door, then walk them over to the tanners. So there was a lot of like cross contamination happening right there, which made a lot of people sick, including things like arsenic poisoning of all things. Apparently, there's something with arsenic, like bad food, bad meat, and things like that. I read a book years and years ago now talking about how there's a lot of people. The guy that proposed the Black Death, the bubonic plague, was like partly helped out or made a little worse by the fact that a lot of this stuff was all right next to each other, and so a lot of people had like kind of compromised immune systems. Okay, what is happening here? Okay, we got a lot of pelts, man. It's hanging out doing nothing. Cool. So now we got our pelts. That's good. We got fuel. We got timber. We got stone. We don't have any beer to be able to serve. That'll happen next year. So I have to deal with it for this year. Go through the winter, I guess. Pelts into leather, malt into ale, barley into malt, iron slabs to fuel like iron tools. We do not have any of that. The Weaver Workshop. Yeah, this gets deep. This is one of these that, man, as your cities go and grow and grow, it could get nuts just how deep this stuff goes. Remember food types available in the marketplace. Minimum settlement level village. Are we a village? What does this say? Pantry limit reached. Okay, good. Burgle plots. Next level medium village. Current settlement small village. Oh man, there is a tech upgrade system. Did not know that. Oh, that's cool. So your town can specialize in certain things. Oh, that is interesting. Okay. It started to snow in December. Yeah. Storage limit reach. Build more storehouses or employ more storehouse workers. Storehouse. Storehouse is at the edge of town. That was probably not my best move.
Come on, people. Get to work.
Cool. Yeah, because that stuff needs to go over there for sure. All right, man. Let's see. Storage limit reach. Yep. That's great. Music's a little more tense in winter. It's like, man, winter sucks. Medieval winter was not fun. Oh, available points. Okay. Locked in the demo. Okay, yeah, so, but apparently as you level up, there's, the lovely medieval manuscript taken from that. So clearly this goes into farming, this would go into trade, this goes into craftsmanship, this goes into like forestry and things like that. That's really cool. All right. Burgage plot 6 out of 10, and church. Not sure what a church does, so I'm kind of curious. It just says, hey, here's a church. Builds faith, and it costs 8. Well, I have plenty, well, besides barium. Marrying and barium. Okay. I'm curious what faith will do for everyone in this game. Okay, that's going a little better. People seem to be less pissed off about their water problem now, but are still saying, what is this? What is this? Because it's like, hey, I want to be able to upgrade to level 2. All the green requirements must be met. All the green, well, I mean, it's green, but it's not. I don't understand that one. Well, if you guys can explain that one to me in the comments, I'll try and figure that one out. I wonder when the full release of this game is coming. So if it's a demo, what, December, January next year, maybe something like that? Because, I mean, it's pretty far along. I'm definitely curious. There's no official release date yet still. Everybody's coming over to build a church. Good old-fashioned church building. How we doing? We got food, we got meat, we got all that. We're good. All right, cool, man. Actually, I can pull a person out of our hunting camp. We got so many people that... Woodcutter's Lodge, also pretty good. Where are you off to, sir? Traveling merchant, you say? Huh. Highly suspicious traveling merchant. Yeah, it's one of those things, you know, you become much more aware of like random people. When 18 people live in your town and a new person wanders into town, they are immediately met with suspicion because it is not a big world, man. That's one of the reasons they used to have these big festivals and stuff between, you know, between towns back in the day. They'd all get together in the big market town. Because besides that, how are you supposed to meet someone that's not your sister? You know, if you're a young guy growing up and you're looking to meet other ladies, well, you got to go to the local, you know, barn raisings. Got to go help build the church and stuff in the next town over. Because otherwise, genetics is not going to get very diverse. I'll put it that way. Yeah, let's see what this church does. Then we'll kind of go through the next year. I want to see the crops get planted and all that, because once winter gets here around January, we should see them come over here and start to plow that field. Threshing prairie.
Come on, people. Get to work.
Yeah. What does this say? Storage limit reached. I may just have to build a storehouse. I don't know what's going on there, man. Oh, not enough resources. Yeah, that church did take up a bunch of them, so that's not really surprising. Oh, there we go. Hold on. Construct an extension. So what does this one have that the other ones don't? Is it a case where... Oh, I bet the land plot's too small. Oh, man, that would suck. Vegetable garden makes vegetables, doesn't provide in the winter. Eggs throughout the whole year. Goat shed. Vegetable garden. I can't do any of them. Okay. Upgrades. Extensions provide additional resources, taking time to work them instead of their assigned jobs. Oh, you gotta have your money, which we have none of. Or tools, which we have none of. Yeah, that's legit. You gotta have free labor and stuff to be able to do that. All right, do we have any iron around here? We got stone. Stone. There's an iron deposit. That's pretty cool. What's this? Honeybees. Those are not on our land, which kind of sucks. That's fine. All right, iron deposit. All right, so let's build a bloomery. Nope. Smithy. Nope. Iron mine. Used to extract iron from iron deposits. Okay. And it says, right. It's like, I guess I just build it right on top of it, man, and it'll kind of,
Let's go, people.
yeah, just digs right into it, I guess. We'll see. And that's gonna... great big unusable area here, so let's kind of... There we go. There you go, boys. Now you can mine some iron. Our little valley industry growing up in our valley. It's so funny to kind of watch these things, especially how it's dictated by the terrain and the land. You can see it sort of just sloping all together, leading down. Like obviously eventually we'll kind of expand down this way towards the lower region down there as more farmland becomes available. Right now it's all upland. I think it's randomized, like it's not all the same locations. You know, you can choose different plots and stuff to begin with. Pantry limit reached. Okay. Maybe the worker, that's auto. Auto, cool, cool, cool. Stocks damaged by weather, firewood stall. Well, then that was kind of crappy. Oh, it's a beautiful stave church, look at that. Yeah, I feel like there probably should be steps right here, though. I'm just gonna say that. Like, we probably need some steps. Like, these guys are not superhuman. Sound the bell. Just, I don't know if that's like calls people to an alarm sort of thing. So we got people. Everybody's pretty happy, hopefully. Got a couple people that are homeless, according to this. No, in the past year, they were homeless. They don't like that. And we don't have any wealth. We don't have any milk to be able to do any of that. I bet that pin window, demolish, general. There's just a way like you can edit the burgage plot once it's already built. I'd hate to have to destroy the thing to be able to fix my boneheaded mistake right there. Yep. It's not gonna let me. Not gonna let me. Yeah, I wish there's a way you could sort of redraw the burgage plot lines, because I think it's a case where these are just slightly too small because I was not thinking far enough ahead, which happened in a lot of that stuff. Let's be honest. I was not the first person in medieval times to run into that exact problem. All right, we're in March. We're in March, and my fields are wet and not sown. What is up with that? What's going on here, boys? Like we definitely need to have some stuff in the ground here. Okay. Threshing priority. Looks good. Why is no one working this? Hey, Bartholomew the ox. So, I may have done something wrong here with the fields, because we definitely should already be pasture, wool, windmill. That grinds the grain to flour, and then the oven. Right. Come on then, yeah? Connected to roads. Oh man, with people that do farming yet. I don't know, man. It's sort of weird. What's that storage limit reached again? Didn't I build another storehouse somewhere? Or did it like freak out on me? I think it freaked out on me. All right, cool. Let's do the storage unit again. Storehouse. Yeah, what does that say? Storehouse limit reached. Yep. You guys working this at all? Oh, this is the open strip mine, by the way. It's just like, yep, we're just going to dig in the ground and giant open mining pit. I'm going to try and hide it. That's amazing. This is so cool. It really is just like a medieval life simulator. You know, it just feels like sort of like Banished or something like that, but a little more organic, I guess. You know, that slow growth, but very pretty. You can see the sun coming in, you get communal seasons going in. You know, thus far it's not really breaking, I would say, tremendously new ground. I mean, it's just kind of like many of the other ones, but just darn pretty, and it all seems to be very well thought out, you know? It's, you know, calm and pleasant in a way that's like, you know, clearly someone's putting a lot of love and care into this, and I'm really interested to see the final release because of that, you know? Shame we couldn't get the farming system. Oh, hey, there we go. Hey there, boyo. What are you up to? How do I get you to use an ox? Can I assign the ox? Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Let's get some people on these fields. Yes. Oh, man, that's what I like to see.
Let's get to work.
I just want to see some crops grow. Like, literally, I'm just going to kind of forget everything else for a minute. I just want to see some amber waves of grain. Yep, that's right, guys. Come on, whenever you guys get time, like, it is the time to be doing this stuff. Like, we are in May. Like, this should have already been in the ground, folks.
Let's get to work.
Anyone that's idle, come over here right now, man. Like, let's try hoe it. I wonder if that's one of the things you have to research, like, you know, knowing to use the oxen to be able to make the wooden plows, to be able to, yes, bring forth the ox. Let him do his mighty work. Plow the ground. Nope. That's not what you're using them for. Kind of disappointed, gonna be honest. All right, hitching post. All right, well then we should probably move it, shouldn't we? Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Can we just move that? Yeah, move the hitching post. Hitching post is moved. Should be easier to get to the ox now. Come on, man. Make some immer. Need an iron tool still. I don't have any iron, I guess. How does that work? Does it tell me if I have slag? I wonder if, like, yeah, I need to make a... Because, like, I have the, turn iron ore into iron slabs. Like, how do I know if I have iron ore? Equipment. And so you need that to be able to build military guys eventually. Interesting. Timber, fuel, food, crops, stone, tools, materials, iron, slab, iron ore. Yep, I've got neither. So, that tells me that we haven't mined anything yet. There's no point in bothering that. Okay, man. Are we seeding? Oh, look at him go. Boom, boom. Get that. The casting it out on the field. Yes. Gonna have something so great. Gonna make some bread out of this, man. Oh, hey, look, it's growing. Oh, that's fun. It's like gradual growth. That is fun. June. Yep. Come on, do it. You can do it. Let's see. Gotta get some windmill growing eventually here. Windmill efficiency, 90. Oh, 100% right here. 96, 96, 95, 95. Yes, it makes a difference to me. 100%, 99%. Really, the only one that's 100% is like right there. 92%, come on. 98%. 97%, that's good enough. Okay, now we need a communal oven to make bread, right, boys? And so we'll put that right here next to the rest of our house. Actually, you know what? That's where everything else is. So let's
Come on, people, get to work.
okay, look at the wheat coming in. Yes. Lots of pelts still. Is our leather actually operating into anything? Pelts. Tannery actually doing anything?
Come on, people, get to work.
You know what? I don't think that's a good idea, actually. Oh, we're low on food. What? Are we that low on food? That doesn't make sense. We got a ton of meat. Next harvest, 38 days, man. All right, that's on use. Oh, God, look at it coming. The harvest coming up. All right, yeah, I guess we are slowly running out of meat. Build more granaries or employ more granary workers. Well, considering there's just nobody in there, probably should just do it that way. I like the sound of the little pop-ups. It's just so nice. It goes bloop, bloop, bloop. You know, instead of just like being up on the screen, it gets that little pop in, which is so much more pleasant. Oh man, I missed the harvest. Oh, they're piling it up into sheaves to let it dry. Please don't let it rain. That's one of those things that you don't think about, but rain will ruin a harvest. Hopefully this does not happen in this game, because if it gets wet like that, it messes it up so badly. So you have to be careful when cutting hay, especially. Like if it gets wet, it'll ruin the whole thing. So you got to have a nice dry field. I need a couple days of dry weather. So this would, like, rain like this would just ruin this harvest. Man, these guys would starve. Which just stinks to high heaven, but there you have it. All right. Here we go. Got a windmill. Got to click the bottom of the windmill. All right, man.
Get to work, lads.
All right, Yeah, I need some people working that now. Like, this is not a maybe situation. We definitely need everybody available. I think the game's priority system seems to be pretty good. Like, I'm not having to tell people, hey, it's the harvest. They know to just come over here and do it, which, I mean, makes sense. Like, there's a certain level of micromanagement I've never liked in these games, so I dig that the game's like, hey, you know what? We need to just make this work. Tannery. Still don't have any iron. Yeah, it's one of those things that, you know, the excess becomes useful. Put a person on that. Start selling that, hopefully. Be cool. Man, there's so much to do. Spoken like someone trying to manage a town. Man, there's just so much to do. Alright, do I have any bread now? That'd be cool if I have bread. I don't think I have bread yet. Yeah, we got 50 grain, 22 wheat. Right, so we got the grain. So now people can start making bread in the communal oven, which I put right here. And people can come over here and make the communal oven from the grain. Oh, that's so fun. All right, cool. Yep. Pantry limit reached. And yeah, man, that's a thriving town. Like, it feels weird to say cool. I mean, it's doing what it's supposed to do, but, you know, it's funny that that much wheat can support as much as it does in a way, but I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it's the people's field versus like the Lord's field. And it's interesting, there's like not a distinction between those two in this game. It's very much just like, hey, small area, small gaining enterprise. But yeah, I just hate that, like, when I exit, it's not going to save. Like, I feel like I've done so much. I want to keep going with my town, man. But, yeah, that's what you got to do, right? I mean, you got to kind of let it do its thing. Let the town grow the way it wants to grow. But yeah, I look forward to the final release of this. Tell me what you guys think. Like, does this seem like something you're going to be into? Is this, you know, what you were expecting? I think a lot of people were thinking it's going to be closer to Total War with, you know, the armies and the fighting constantly. And clearly that is coming. You know, that's going to be an aspect of this. You know, you got army movement, military recruitment, and region maps, so you can, like, conquest and move across these and take other towns. But at least in the demo anyway, it wants to show you that the focus is really on building these towns and, like, the life of it. You know, the military happens, obviously, in the medieval world, but it's secondary in a way. So I'm curious how they will rope together in the end, because there's a lot of thought going in here, and to see how those systems kind of come together. But that's just my thought on the whole thing. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. And yeah, if you want to see more Manor Lords in the future, make sure to comment below. But as always, thanks for watching.